I can't believe I'm here doing this. I haven't been to confession in I don't know, the last time I went was when I had to. But then I ran into good old Father Flanagan at the supermarket, and he goes, "Teddy, I haven't seen you at confession in, it must be years." So here I am. But who goes to confession anymore? All right, I got my lines to feed him ready. I get angry a little bit too easily. I maybe don't talk to my parents as much as I should. Maybe there's been just a little bit of lust here and there. Nothing serious. All right. That should be good enough for the good old Father. He'll give me some Our Fathers and Hail Marys, and I'll be out of here, and I can go back to work. I can't believe I'm here. Hello, Father.
Yes, Ted?
Jeez, he knows. Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned.
I know you have. It's been hard, hasn't it, Ted?
Yes. But excuse me, you don't sound like Father Flanagan.
No, sorry, I'm not. I'm actually, sort of a step up from the good Father.
What do you mean? I'm doing confession with the bishop?
No, higher up than that.
The Pope? You don't even have an accent. And you sound like a woman.
This is always awkward. I'm the Father, as you refer to me, but I go by a lot of other names too.
You're kidding me. The real thing, maker of heaven and earth? This is a joke, isn't it? Who's over there? Okay. This is weird. So I'm talking to God?
It does happen. Often, preferably.
I don't know what to say. I just thought I was coming to confession. I didn't know I was going to be talking to you.
You're wondering what you can ask me right now that would prove I'm God, not just someone pulling a trick on you.
Well, obviously I would be thinking that. But what else am I thinking? Come on. If you're God, you'll know. What is it?
Ted, I don't play games. Listen, you were all nervous coming in here because you were wondering if Father Flanagan would buy your watered-down list of mea culpa. Relax, okay? I know all that stuff already, and frankly, I'm not really concerned with it. But I am interested in something else. You've been really thinking about your daughter lately. She's weighing on your mind.
What? Rachel? No, she's a great... What? Oh, my God.
Yes?
Wow. I've been keeping myself from even thinking about this.
I know. That's why I brought it up.
What's going on with Rachel? I don't even talk to her anymore. She's turned into this stranger. I don't know what to do.
I know. She feels the same way, too. She's been talking to me about it.
Well, what are you telling her?
Ted, she's a lot like you. She's talking to me, but not listening much yet.
So what are you going to do?
Same thing I'm doing with you. I'm here. I'm waiting. She's a lovely girl, you know.
I suppose, but what's going to happen? We can't just leave it like this. Don't we have to do something?
I like that we talk. That's a new approach for you. Which brings us to what we were really talking about. You. I can tell what's happening to her is bothering you a lot. But that's not all, is it?
What do you mean?
You're not too happy about how you've been a father to her.
Well, what do you expect? She's impossible.
I'm not talking about what I expect, but what you expect. You're disappointed with yourself. You feel like a failure with her, so you try to forget about it. You thought you understood life, and all of a sudden, you don't feel like you know anything. And it's lonely, isn't it?
It's scary. You do know, don't you?
Well, let's just say I care.
Have I let you down? I suppose you hoped for a lot more from me.
And I still do. You know, Ted, you are a great man. I ought to know. I see the real you. But it doesn't matter how great you are, you can't do it alone. You get tired, you make bad choices, you even quit choosing sometimes. You've let a huge gap open up between us. And you're afraid to talk to your wife Nancy about this. You aren't really reaching out anywhere. And now you're feeling what it's like to live alone, without God and the people who love you.
Is that what I'm experiencing? I hate it. I thought I was just going through some of the normal bumps of life and that this is just what life is like.
Life is like that. And even people who take the time and trouble to be really close to me find that life is really hard. I probably shouldn't tell you this, but sometimes they find it gets harder.
Then why do you do that to them?
I don't do it to them, but they start seeing the world more like I do, and they just end up living in the world that needs them most, rather than the world they like most.
Is that supposed to encourage me?
You want to work this out with Rachel, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, that's what really happens when we start taking out the things that keep us apart and start building in the things that make us a team. Life gets better, even if it gets harder.
So what should we do? How can you help me start seeing Rachel and loving her in the ways that will see us through this? What do you want me to do? God? Are you there? What should I do?
I'm always here. And as for what you should do, you just started doing it.
I must be going crazy.